Hello, Mrs. Green.
Hi.
My name is Chad, and I am a social worker here at the After School program at Mayflower High. Um, so, basically, I wanted to start off by getting some information about you, but first, I want to do a confidential agreement. Anything that we say here is strictly between us, unless there is any type of mentionings of harming yourself or others or any form of abuse in that nature. Is that something that you're okay with?
Yes.
Okay. So what brings you in today?
I'm just really worried about my son, Manny. He's 13, and I got a message from his teacher that he's daydreaming in school and that his grades are being affected by that. And I really just want, his dad passed away recently from an accident at work, and I really just, I want to get support for him and help him and make sure he doesn't fall too far behind.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you're concerned about your son Manny and his schooling. There's been reports of him being a daydreamer in school. His father, your husband, I'm sorry, has just recently passed. And you're just here looking for resources that would help him in furthering his success in school?
Yeah, I feel like he's spiraling.
Okay, spiraling. Okay. Can you tell me more about his daydreaming and what that means, him being a daydreamer?
I'm glad you asked, because I'm concerned about that, because to them it looks like daydreaming, but to me, I know him, and I feel like it just is more about him checking out and not processing because he's stressed and maybe is overwhelmed by what's happening in our family, because his grades and this daydreaming is happening so soon after his father's death. And so I'm concerned. I don't want him to be labeled as a daydreamer when really he needs supports.
So I understand you're saying that his daydreaming is being labeled as daydreaming, but it's only because of the recent passing of his father, and he may be having trouble, some hard time processing that, and through that it looks like daydreaming, but he's really checked out from all that's going on in his life right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. You're doing the right thing, by the way, in seeking care and resources for him. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. That's a positive step. So can you tell me a little bit more about his behaviors recently at home? Is there anything that you've noticed as far as his behaviors that would maybe contribute to him not having so much success in school right now?
He just doesn't have any motivation and feels withdrawn and sad. He just kind of is not really there.
So you're saying his personality's maybe shifted a little bit from his normal 13 self to being. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. So, Mrs. Green, you're here because your son is having a hard time in school since the passing of your husband and his father. He's not really daydreaming. He's just feeling checked out, possibly just too much going on in his life right now, just so suddenly. And you want to find some resources and some support for him that he can move forward and make an easy transition. And these things are hard, so there's understanding there. We have different ways of assisting you in finding that support. We also we have support in loss and grieving, if that is something that you think could benefit him.
I do, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm happy to help you with whatever you need and maybe finding some type of resolution to this. Does that sound great?
It does.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Chad.
Hi.
I want to welcome you here today. My name is Amber Fordyce. I am a academic advisor here for the BSW program. I'm really glad you came in to discuss some of your concerns that you have. I want to start out by talking about confidentiality. Anything that we discuss stays between us. This is a space for you to really express what you're feeling. But as a mandatory reporter, if you disclose anything about harming yourself or others, that's something I will have to report.
Okay.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling perfectly fine with it.
Okay, so you are okay with proceeding?
Yes, just proceed.
Great. So what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I just have some concerns. I'm about to be a cohort in the social work program, and I've just heard stories from the past. As an African American, I'm concerned about it not being a safe place for me. There's been stories just past students feeling that way, and I just am concerned overall that it might impact my learning or my ability to concentrate on learning. Not really having that much diversity within there and things along that nature.
Okay. Well, I want to congratulate you and tell you, I really think it's great that you've taken this first step to really voice your concerns about that. It's a hard thing for people to do.
Yeah.
And what I hear you saying is that you have concerns about safety within the program. You've heard some things about racism and discrimination.
Yes.
And you want to address that maybe before getting too far into the program?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, so can you tell me what not being able to learn based on an environment looks like for you?
Well, my main concern would be that those who don't look like me or maybe don't have an understanding of my identity might judge me or might think that I fit into a stereotype, and that might take away from me actually gaining the most from the program, concentrating on myself, just being overly concerned that I'm viewed negatively, and honestly that bugs me just a little bit of not having the knowledge or the understanding of what I'm about to get into. So that's mainly why I came, and that will affect my learning, not having someone who understands me and just knows that I'm here to learn and that I don't have any problems learning like anyone else or anything like that. So, yeah.
So, like, the problem would be, like, added stress around feeling judged or being perceived in a certain way or stereotyped, bringing a lot of, like, the outside toxicity of the world into your program that you'd also have to deal with would be a hindrance in you being able to learn.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, because one time this past term, I was asked, how does it feel being the only black person here in the class, and that kind of hurt me a little bit, made me feel uncomfortable, and I don't want that to continue into the social work program. So mainly that's it.
If something like that happened within the social work program, what would look like support for you?
Just being having a place or a person to come and talk to, stress my thoughts and mainly my fears of not being supported or any type of negative stereotypes or language that might come up. Maybe innocently it comes up, but I wouldn't feel comfortable talking to anybody if I didn't have that support.
Right.
So having people who really are inclusive to my voice, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so you would need sort of not so much an advocate, but somebody you could go to understand what you were feeling and help you advocate if you needed to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I just want you to know that it's everything that you're feeling is really valid. They're really genuine concerns. And they're things that a lot of people don't see happening.
Yeah.
And they really do happen.
Okay.
And I really, really appreciate you bringing it to the attention of this program.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do everything I can to help support you and help find out information so you can feel like you can be successful in the program, so you
Okay.
can feel supported, and also so you can enjoy your experience.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.